You are beautiful no matter what they say. Words can't bring you down. 'Cause I am beautiful in every single way. That's all I remember. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to No Shade Podcast. I'm Tim Chad the Wrong Suit.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Pretty Blades.
So I was trying to sing Christina Aguilera's "Dirty," but I couldn't think of
Couldn't figure out how
the
to start
opening
it.
lyrics because what did this message say to you, Nikki Blades?
Someone just DM'd me to suck their dirty dick. And then I pulled up the profile and I showed the boys and I said, does this man look like he has a dirty?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
the dirtiest of all dicks.
Yeah, and is that appealing to you at all?
No.
An opening DM?
No. If we don't go together, once we go together, that's different.
Once you go together, their dick can be dirty.
I was like, look, if that's where the wordplay is going for the day, maybe. But if I don't know you, that's disgusting.
Man you do not know.
Yeah.
Beautiful man. Sends beautiful dick. How are you reacting?
I might compliment it, but I still don't want to see it in person. I can appreciate a beautiful man with a beautiful piece, but I don't want to meet it in person.
Here's another question for you.
Okay.
Beautiful man
Got it.
sends you, I can't wait for you to suck my dirty dick.
Ugh. No.
Still? No?
No.
Okay.
That made it go, like there's something wrong with it now.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's not sexy. It feels like it comes with a test that I have to take after.
Take away dirty.
Got it.
Man, I want to put my in your mouth so bad. You are beautiful.
with the follow-up compliment? Yeah. I'm thinking about it. I'm kidding.
Now, it's interesting what works sometimes.
You know, honestly, pretty privilege is a thing amongst men and women.
Of course.
We cannot act as though there are certain people we make the exceptions for.
Mm-hmm.
Now, please don't think that this is going to work on anybody that's going to decide to use this in my DMs. I do not entertain those. But if we're going to play the game scenario, and it is someone that definitely in real life I probably have thought about, I will entertain, but I don't think I'll follow through.
Okay.
Interesting. Wildest thing you said that worked.
Me?
Yeah.
I feel like Tim just be throwing shit at the wall sometimes.
I mean, you know, in the days of, I don't know, like just sending text messages and just, I don't know, I feel like, and I've said this before, my strategy was always saying crazy shit and be like, I'm just fucking around, unless you're down, unless you're with it, right? So I would do a lot of like, man, I mean, and this doesn't even sound crazy. It's just kind of more like bold. It's kind of like, I just want to go down on you type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like, oh, you know what? You don't even have to do anything. Just like I'm Preacher Boy in Sinners. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I don't care if you walked to the party miles away. I just want to taste you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times that is like Nikki Blades just did. That is and look, you ain't got to do shit. Just lay back. I just want to taste you.
And that is one of those lines that most people want to hear, whether it's, I don't care who it's from. That line in itself.
Yes, and on the reverse side. Okay, and I'll say this. Okay, saying I just want to taste you as a single man works 9 times out of 10. If you're, okay, look, I know I'm cute. Okay, look, the girl has to find you a little bit cute for the most part, okay?
Yes, you have to have a chance.
Yes, yeah. So even if she won't necessarily have sex with you or date you, if you're cute enough, she will be like, okay, fine, come get you a taste, right?
Automatic curiosity is intrigued.
Yes, and I will tell you this, when you're there and you are doing a good job,
you might get promoted.
9 times out of 10, if you say, all right, man, I'm gonna just put it in. All right,
You do that well.
Also, if you are there and you are not doing a good job, they need something to suffice. All right, give me
fine.
She's like, goddamn, you done tasted this shit. That's all you did. Like, this is terrible. What the hell?
We gotta get the truth here on the No Chaser podcast.
That is very, very.
And I was gonna say on the reverse tip, literally, when as a man, a single man, when a girl you might not necessarily date or want to put out effort into, if she's like, I just want to suck your dick, you gonna be like, cool. All right, I'm not gonna say no.
And to validate his point, there are conversations in the group chats that the girls be having about, like, sometimes girls don't really want a relationship with these guys and they just want what they want. Now, granted, good luck to finding those ones because everybody's kind of, you should be weary. She's just like, I just want to, and then be like,
it's a little scary.
It's a little scary, but at the same time, like that line, that is a very sexy line to tell somebody. Now, I have definitely hit on people before. I say people because it's guys and girls.
We get it.
Yeah. And I recently heard an interview from a woman that said that she has never, like an older, beautiful woman, and she was doing an interview and she said that she had never hit on anybody in her life. She's like, she's never taking that step. And I realized that it doesn't take much to approach somebody. You don't even have to come with the whole sexual lines. Like sometimes all you got to do is just say hi with the right amount of eye contact, and then like they take over from there. Yeah. Have you experienced the intrigued look from someone and been like, oh, they want me?
Possibly. I always go with, nah, I'm tripping. I don't want to misread shit and get embarrassed. Like, she looking at me funny, but nah, don't do that.
And Rick will attest to this. I'm the complete opposite. Yeah. Back when I was single, a little bit of eye contact, I was like, hey, dog, I think she likes me, dog.
You mean that woman staring at you with the look of disgust in her face?
Yeah. You mean your eye doctor?
She just put her glasses back on. Her whole facial expression just
Let
changed.
me tell you this, because this recently happened to us in Vegas, and I wasn't gonna do anything about it because, of course, you know, I'm married now. But we walked into the store because our boy was looking for a jacket, and I genuinely thought I knew somebody. And I was like, and I walked in and I made eye contact with this person that was working at the store, and I was like, do we know each other? And she was like, no, I don't think so. Are you from around here? And I was like, no, I'm from blah, blah, blah. She was like, oh, then we definitely don't. I was like, oh, maybe we went to school, you know, making jokes. And she was like, and I was like, well, hi, Tim, nice to meet you. She was like, oh, my name's blah, blah, blah. She was like, and you're gonna come see me, and you're gonna come see me later. And I was like, oh.
Am I now?
And I was like, and that hasn't happened to me in so long, where someone went out, and you're gonna come see, I was like, oh. I didn't go see her later, but I was like,
wow.
Well, I still got it.
Yeah. I was about to say, and how did that make you feel with somebody showing attention towards you in that way?
It was nice.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I was like, because I definitely, and also, you know, I wasn't hiding my ring. I still had my ring on and shit too. I mean, she probably didn't notice, but, and granted, I understand that you look familiar is a very, you know, it's like known as a pickup line, but I was genuinely like, I thought she was somebody that I'd met before, but, you know, I was like, well.
You ever said something wild just to say it, knowing it's not going to work, and then it works?
I think this is a male question.
Yeah. I definitely have. It was the greatest day of my life.
What happened?
Yeah.
Okay, what was it?
Up early in the morning, you know what comes with that. Morning wood.
Oh, got it.
Erections,
right? Got it.
And this lady, who I had not done anything with before, but we flirted, posted something. I was like, what you doing up this early? She's like, I'm about to take my kids to school. So I was like, come get this dick after. She said, damn, address? I said, oh my God. I typed my address off fast.
Everything shower.
And she dropped her kids off at school and came and got that dick. I was like,
yes.
What is this? Never tried that shit again, because that's just not going to work more than once.
Your shot.
No.
Wow.
But,
as I said, sometimes women just want to peen like how y'all want to poon.
Okay, let me. a video was attached too, so I think that helped.
Oh, I've seen this video.
You said
Like, who-
motivation. You said come and get it.
No one's gonna say no to this video, guys. Watch that shit in IMAX, y'all.
It's me doing it right there.
Rick reciting Shakespeare.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
It's funny because I feel like the main reason why, because when you were like, oh shit, she's down, immediately my thought is like, oh shit, I gotta clean my place. Oh, I got my toilet.
Everything was perfect. Like,
the timing, divine timing.
I was like, what? Because that was somebody that we just flirted. And we said reckless shit, you know what I'm saying? But it never was supposed to leave the inboxes.
Yeah.
And then I guess it's just the right time.
I'll say the one line that will never work on me is the have my babies.
That don't work. You don't like that?
Absolutely fucking not.
Interesting.
That is the one that I'm like, hell no. The moment a guy even starts playing with that conversation, I'm like, this is not sexy to me.
Interesting.
That sounds like forever with you. And if we're talking the way we're talking right now, that's not husband material.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does work wonders during the act, though.
If we are there, we go together real bad.
Yeah.
And I already seen the future, and you probably told me about the wedding we're never gonna have. You know what I mean? I'm like, we gotta get married first. He's over here like, here's a ring, bitch.
Well,
Put it on your
on the
finger.
flip side, I will say that I've used a similar pickup approach.
What?
Being an Asian man who approaches many women of all colors,
Okay.
I've definitely used we would make some pretty babies.
Yeah.
Like if we just did the swirl, we would just make the prettiest little babies. And that is usually something that sparks a fun little conversation.
Yeah, no, that is repellent to me. I'm like, oh, hell the fuck no, you're not taking this DNA.
Well, then I'm like, I'm not. Well, then I reply with, no, not for real, man. Are you crazy?
No, but you know what? But here's the part. I'm telling you, I am not. Look, okay, I know there are certain types of people that you talk to that really do think about like, I'm talking to you because if I do get you pregnant, you can have my babies.
Oh, Lord.
No, this is really a thought process. It's like, okay, like if something was to happen, which let's just be real, you should be thinking about who the fuck you decide to have sex with, okay? But when I'm approached a certain way and they say that, I'm like, I'm not trying to get trapped.
Yeah,
And
that makes sense.
I am not that full of myself, but I am fully aware that I know what I can deliver. And I have been proposed to just do that. I'm like, that's not coming near me.
Oh, you mean just to make babies?
Yes.
Oh.
1000%. I had an ex who was like, we were together, then we split up and everything.
You
What?
said wee.
We. And we were cool. It could have been a mutually beneficial situation if I decided to go with it. But they were like, hey, if you ever do want to have kids in the future, I think that we get along really well and you'll never have to worry about anything. And I trust you on X, Y, and Z. And then it was like, if you want to have kids, just call me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. In recent years, my way of gauging sexual interest is I would say, you cool with taking the plan B without having any other sexual conversations? They all say, I mean, I'm down. I'm like, yes.
Look, man. Hey, girls like being nutted in, bro.
Yo, they really do.
Girls
They
love being nutted in.
bro.
That shit's scary. I like that shit's so scary.
Rick coming in with a smoothie already in hand. Like, okay, this is for post.
Hey, low key. I've been chilling for the most part in the last 4 years. I've been chilling, right?
Yeah.
But you have your little spurts.
Okay.
And Nicholas, let me tell you,
Tell me, Nicholas.
the amount of women who request no condom is staggering. And the genuine love for a cream pie, and I'm not talking oatmeal, is out there, man. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It is scary.
You keep the penicillin
So?
on deck, don't you?
No, I said I've been chilling. I've been really, what's the word? selective.
Good for you.
And also lonely. So it's not a lot of that going on, nigga. But when it goes on, that's how it goes down.
Okay.
I blame pornography.
Yeah. But I may have said this before. Amazon, they got the plan B for the low. It's called My Way on there, but it's the same exact drug, the same exact doses, and it's like $7. You can stock up. They got a 6-pack.
Yo, if
you pick up a little 6-pack for me from the store.
The fact
See you next in My Way.
I could only imagine dating a guy and being like, you snooping around in the medicine cabinet, and you open it up, and it's a fucking shelves of Plan B.
No, you can't do that. The first girl that I used one of those, we call it Usher pills.
Hilarious. One of the most slept on Usher singles for sure. You know, I knew a girl who not only enjoyed the cream pie, she would tell me that, like, you know, when she was dating a dude, she was like, you know what? If he tells me he's about to bust inside me, I come instantly.
It's crazy. This is how crazy it is. I also know a lot of women who have, for whatever reasons, sex is not their thing.
Okay.
Let's just call that. But when you mention the cream pie, they perk up. I mean, well, it's
really?
like, you don't even like this shit, but you like that part of it?
Oh.
And a lot of girls be like, yeah, I don't know how I've never been pregnant. Wait, you just be doing it and not taking pills afterwards? It's wild out here, Nicholas.
That is wild.
That does sound
scary.
Yeah. A lot of that shit stays in the inbox. A lot of it is fun to talk about, but then afterwards it's like, oh yeah, you look, I need to.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I fuck around and say I love you. You know what I mean? Y'all are
I'll give you that thrill.
Yeah. Y'all are talking nasty. I'm giving you a future. You know, I'm lying to you. I'm like, yes, I'll be with you forever. I'm not crazy.
I'll take the lies over a baby any day.
Yeah, no. The moment that any sort of conversation around that comes out, that's like either we go together or don't. No.
Yeah, nah, it's crazy out here. Because it used to be a time where that was just talk. Right?
True,
it was mental, you know what I'm saying? You still pull out and everybody's like, glad we didn't do that. Now, why'd you pull out?
Oh my God.
See, we was just talking, man. That wasn't real.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Lordy.
Yeah.
Lordy.
Good for you. You don't have to worry about that outside.
Phew. Yeah, it's scary. It's still, I mean, shit, even as a married,
that's true.
Scary.
You
Thank God the pullout game is still on point.
End up with a third real quick.
You know, hey, and you know, I'm not ready for that yet. Not till I write this movie.
Oh God, shameless movie plug.
I gotta bring it up. I gotta stop talking about it. Shit is scary. I mean, even in my single days, like I feel like it was always so scary to me if a girl was like, nah, I'm on birth control, just go. And I'm still like, yeah, okay, fine. I'm gonna take your word for it this time. But I was still—
That's so reckless.
I know, I was still leaving me like, oh, why did I trust her? Why did I do that? And granted, nothing ever came out of it. But it was like, I mean, shit came out of my dick, but but the whole scenario is always so scary.
That is. And it's like, there's two adults involved in this decision to where it's like, if we have to discuss this at this point, like there's prayers that need to happen after. But I have the like love praise problem. Like it's not all the dirty, none of that works on me. It's like, please don't ever talk to me like that. This is gross. But it's all the like, you're the most beautiful.
It's fucking. I love that you heard how it sounded when you started saying it.
She starts laughing immediately.
You're the most beautiful person in the world. I fuck up and turn around and say, tell me you love me. That's me. That's everybody has their thing. And especially like when I am dating someone, that is the catalyst. That's kind of like, if I feel as though like you're bullshitting me or I am not, like, you got to give me the fantasy.
Yeah.
And the fantasy is, I am all you want. Don't mention anybody else. You've never thought about nobody else ever walked this earth. Like, lie to me.
See, as a man, that's scary.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Because I don't know if you know that I'm lying. I don't know where your head is. Am I saying this shit and you're like taking it in? If I don't feel that, that's scary as fuck. Now, the last lady I was dealing with, all that shit was in my head. I'm like,
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna bring up a plan B with this one. You
Yeah.
said you like cream pies? All right, we finna have a child.
Yeah.
Because I felt that way about her. There's
And-
no way I could play like that with somebody else.
Now let me rephrase it. This is not it's not on the random stuff. It's not just like, no, this is like, we're talking, we're like, this is who I'm sleeping with.
Yeah.
It's like that. Because most people don't make it out the DMs if you're sending me any. Most people don't make it out the DMs ever.
Yeah.
So it's like the situations you guys are talking about, they don't like, look, this all started because somebody sent me some stupid shit.
Right.
And it would never in a million years I would entertain this to where it's like I would ever meet you in person after you told me to. Yeah, no. Absolutely not. But it's like, say when you're dating somebody, and I know it's like experimental when you're trying to figure out each other's things. And I've had someone try the like dirty talk and me go, no, they've tried the aggressive. No. But I've realized that like if we're dating and I'm gonna tell you what's gonna help out, it is 1000% the whole praise thing.
Yeah.
Has to be.
I had to talk about how paranoid dudes can get when they're not mentally there, right? And this is different from what you're saying because this was a booty call situation.
Right. We have two different scenarios that we're talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
I get it. I had a booty call situation when I was like, I'm fully single mode. I only want to be single, right? And I had a booty call situation where I was like, yeah, cool. You could crash and my parents are funny because they were never tripping off me having girls sleep over. They were just don't get anyone pregnant, So I was like, yeah, you could crash, whatever. And she was like, oh, I get crash privileges. And I was like,
that's when we go together. You can't let nobody sleep over.
Oh, see, now here's the thing. Her thought process of thinking too much about it freaked me out.
What do you mean thinking too? That's exactly what it is. If you're letting me stay the night at your house with your parents, like you love me.
I was literally just being like, you can just chill.
This is exactly what we're afraid of.
I mean,
right?
but this is why I'm expressing it because that's how it comes off. There's certain scenarios
we
where
know.
you like.
That's what we're saying. That's what we're afraid of.
And this is why I cut it off.
Yeah.
Because I was just trying to say, in my head, I'm like, yeah, nah, you ain't got to bounce. Like, yeah, crash, fine.
Yeah.
For me, I wasn't thinking. I was like, yeah, just crash. And she was like, oh, I get privileges? I didn't know it was like that. And I'm like, oh shit, she's thinking about it too much. Yeah. And when it was like fun, she was fun, she was hot. I would have loved to continue smashing more, but I was like, she's thinking too much. I gotta dead this after today.
This is why subconsciously men love hoes because they are doing whatever they're doing. They're in the moment. So you could do lovey-dovey ass shit with a hoe and it's gonna end there. When she leaves, she's not thinking about you being her man. She on to the next one until she comes back. And y'all just have that fun little dynamic. But yeah, when you think it's just gonna be that with any girl, especially if it was a easy situation, like it was just, hey, we both feeling each other, come through. And then they start saying shit like that. It's like, oh, we're not on the same page and I don't want to be an asshole.
God, that's not, I'm so thankful that is not any situation that I am dealing with. If anything, I'm like, please leave me alone. So I'm going to give a situation that I ended up putting myself in where I was oblivious.
Okay.
I 1000% misread the whole situation. So I went to this event and there's a lot of people there. And I am aware when people are trying to talk to me in that way that they're interested. And for the most part, I kind of giggle. And like the friends that I know, we can all see it coming. Well, one person caught me by surprise because I thought they were just being a friend. The long story short, it's like maybe there were certain words that were said, certain mannerisms that I thought nothing of it. They asked me to go to brunch the next day. I was like, I like brunch.
Harmless. Yeah.
Brunch feels harmless. The next day came and they showed up with my favorite chips and flowers.
Oh, shit.
And I didn't realize
it's a date.
That it was a date. And I genuinely felt so bad because I just thought this person was just so nice and so fun and so and definitely attractive. It wasn't a non-attractive person. It just wasn't giving, I want to take you out on a date. It felt like if somebody says brunch, bitch, I think we going to brunch and this is just us hanging out. So I completely misread the situation and it made me reflect on the fact that it's like, damn, did I really like, am I the asshole because I thought that this was just like two friends hanging out or?
No.
Okay.
But that takes me back to earlier when I said I always just say, nah, I'm tripping because I don't want that. So what happens is for men, like we typically don't want a relationship.
Okay.
But then you meet specific women and you're like, okay, I could do that with her. So you talk to her in that kind of way. It's not as flirtatious. It's just people connecting.
Yeah.
If that woman is nice to you, it's very easy to be like, oh, we're on the same page.
But isn't brunch a strange time of the day to pose a date?
Well, I'd say
for
you
a man. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this, like, when I was like, you know, I always have to say this, but like when I was single and I was doing my thing, and it was somebody I wanted to take on a date, because I know that so many people are trying to take this girl out, you think that a lunch date is not as like intimidating. You feel me? So, but for me, which is what this guy should have done, I am always very flirt forward. So I feel like when I'm inviting someone out, even if it's like, let's go get a smoothie, I feel like a girl knows my intentions.
Yeah.
I'll be like, let's go on a smoothie date. Let's go on a lunch date. You feel me?
Brunch is the word brunch and the connotation that comes with brunch made me, first off, it did make me very comfortable. I will say that. Brunch felt very friendly, but to your point, it didn't feel like a date. So I was thinking, regardless of whatever, I wanted to spend time with this person, clearly, regardless of the intention. But like brunch just made me think friendly. And then when I realized it wasn't just that, I went, oh no, like, oh shit, I misread it. But then also brunch.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, couples go to brunch. That man was thinking past there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a date, like,
but he legit, like,
oh, I want to fuck. This man's like, hey, I see something serious possibly.
And
men's heads go there when they really like the way an interaction went.
Yeah, and if you're going to ask somebody out, the way that he went about it and like the presentation, the pull up, I was kind of like, why you got 2 bags of salt and vinegar chips and hot Cheetos? You have salt and vinegar chips and hot Cheetos? And then a bouquet of flowers in the back? And it was like this, oh shit, I was not even dressed. First off, I was wearing the same outfit I wore when I came here. It was my airport clothes.
That was cute.
It was, but also like, I didn't think I was going on a date.
Lunch day.
Yeah.
It was like, it was a brunch date that threw me off. But
but also maybe he didn't expect you to expect it. Maybe this was the day he chose to show his intentions.
Yeah,
surprise, I like you. Yeah.
But everything they did, that's what you're supposed to do. Yes, I felt a little thrown off because my brain was just going, oh, you're really nice. And I wasn't thinking romantic initially because it was like, I've been way more open to hanging out with people and meeting new people and not closing myself off. And so it did take some recalibrating.
So let me ask you this then.
Okay.
Once you realize, oh shit, it's a date to him.
Yeah.
And you had a nice brunch.
Yes.
He brought you flowers. He brought your favorite chips.
Yes.
At any point were you like, okay, I'm feeling this date?
I could see where it could go, but it was moving too fast for me.
Okay.
In the sense of he already saw the future before I even knew that we were there.
Definitely.
You know, so it was like he was thinking about it and I was going, oh no, I have to shift my perspective on this because I initially was going in with I want to get to, this is a friend. So when you go from like friend spending time to, oh no, okay, let me shift this. I'm a little caught off guard. You know, they did try to kiss me and I was like, whoa. But I went whoa because we weren't on the same page yet. And it wasn't even a diss to this guy. It was just like, you're moving extremely too fast.
Oh, he wasn't even reading the vibes.
No, right. It just was like very, you're touching too soon. It's the first time we're even hanging out, whether it's friend or a date or whatever. It's just like, if I'm going to evaluate the first date, it was just too fast. So it was like, okay, now that we're on the same page as far as like, yeah, I'm not ready for that. Then you could get to know someone, but when you're just kicking it and someone's got their hand on your thigh, you're like, oh, you're touching, you know?
He should have went for the taps before he went.
You kind of got to read the room. I mean, and that's just like for everyone. And it's tough, especially for guys, right? Like you said, you don't want to get the wrong signal if someone's eyeing you down. But when you are now, you got the yes.
Yeah.
Now you're spending time. It's very much a touch and go. You got to read energy. There was nothing really necessarily wrong. It just was like, the timing was off.
Yeah, man. I think a lot of people forget to read vibes. I think as funny people like me and Rick, you know what I'm saying? Jokes are such an easy way to gauge shit.
Yeah.
That was always my main shit, right? I'm throwing everything out there like a joke to gauge your vibe.
Yeah.
Like when I was dating, I would do a lot of, let's say I even did that where it's like I invite somebody to lunch and she don't know it's a date and in my head it's a date. I would do a lot of like, you enjoying this date?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, are we on a date? I think we're on a date. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Where it's like, now, even though you didn't come into it knowing what my intentions are, I'm telling you my intentions.
We're clear.
Yeah.
Versus the physical first.
Yeah.
And whether you ask somebody out on a date up front, that's still something you got to gauge. Physical touch isn't just entitled to the person that you're with because we're on a date. It's like, nah, this is, I mean, regardless, you're getting to know somebody.
Yeah.
But the lead up, one. The flowers plus the snacks, and I made it very clear. And he goes, all you have to do is look at your Instagram. And I was like, that attention to detail automatically made me go like, okay, I don't know where this is gonna go, but I gotta give this man his fucking props for just taking the steps of like paying attention. And so many times you hear some people say, you know, the good guys are this, and you get overlooked. And it's like, no, sometimes you don't vibe with somebody, it doesn't make them bad. But this man went, if I knew it was a date, I wouldn't have been so shocked. I would have been like, that's exactly how the fuck you show up.
Yeah. Men really like fear rejection, especially when you're doing everything right.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, shit just like, it happens. We do the joking thing, but that's mostly in situations where we feel no pressure because there's not an interest beyond flirty sexual shit. You know what I'm saying? But I also know that if you're too flirty in that first interaction, that could scare a girl off, especially if it's a girl that you want to possibly have more with.
Yeah.
So I could see him not giving you the vibe that he's trying to be interested at first and then springing it on you after his invite, but he was too scared to call it a date, and that's where he fucked up.
I feel like I gotta just like I gotta throw this out there. So it was an event, everybody's dressed. There were just certain words and key phrases that were used. Like he said, like, are you a pageant girl or you do media? He's like, I clocked you when you walked in. I said, you clocked me when I walked in? Man, the fuck you mean you clocked me? And would just say certain things that I was like, are we hanging out as friends? Because just the verbiage didn't feel like, oh, you're beautiful. It was like, yeah, I see you do something. Like I can tell. I clocked you, body T. There was just some phrases that was making me like, oh, we friends. Like you are giving me all the homie vibes and giving me my flowers. I'm just using a lot of the verbiage that was used, and then inviting me to brunch. And I was like, we kicking it. And this person is fly as hell. And then I realized,
tough, man.
Right? Because it was just like, if somebody tells you I clocked you when you walked in,
you know what? That dude paid $107 for somebody's IG webinar.
Pick up tips.
And they told him how to stand out and be different. Everybody's gonna flirt with her, bro. You just keep it cool, keep it calm. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell her she's beautiful. Tell her she must be somebody important. That's it. That's what the fuck he did.
Use popular lingo.
which threw me all the way off.
A woman's Instagram will tell you basically everything you need to know. Go through, find her favorite this, her favorite that. When you hang out with her, show up with it. It's going to show intention. It's going to show that you pay attention to detail. That's the type of shit these motherfuckers is out there.
And what was missing is follow all that up with, I just want to taste you. Because that would have been like, oh, eyebrow raise. Hold on a second. What's happening after brunch?
I was about to be brunch if we started off with that.
Exactly.
Yeah, someone's going to leave full and another person going to leave hungry. So,
How was the brunch?
A terrible restaurant choice. honestly, it was.
Yo, let me tell you something.
It was,
Nikki Blaze,
it was a terrible
if you
restaurant
ever
choice.
date Nikki Blaze,
Oh, man.
make sure your
It was
restaurant
fucking
choice
horrible.
is on
And he
point.
found it off of Instagram, and it was like we were sitting next to a bunch of old white people, and it was essentially an American deli. It was in it was a horrible. And here's the thing: I don't eat like pancakes and waffles and shit. Like I don't eat those. I'm a savory person.
Yeah,
So we went to a spot that had far too many options, and he didn't drink. So we already, I was like, you not drinking. I'm looking at this menu. It took about 30 minutes to try to order something. It was honestly, I had a fun time, but it was not romantic.
Real quick, Nikki Blaze, I don't know if I've ever asked you this before.
What?
We got about like five or so minutes.
Sorry.
No. This was a great conversation. Are you somebody that enjoys on a date? Someone's like, here, orders, we're gonna have this appetizer, let's try, like, who takes charge with the menu? Or are you like, don't order for me?
No, where I'm at in my life now, that would be sexy.
Okay.
Because you're confident in knowing that I am a foodie and you trust your intuition about me to order something I would like. And that is very attractive, and I would love to experience that. Because going somewhere just based off of like, oh, you like food and I saw this on Instagram, you wasn't paying attention.
She'll have the pancakes and the waffles.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
What's these sweets menu,
What is
please?
this? What? I'm like, I want the country fried steak and eggs or the steak and eggs.
That's too funny. All right, he orders it and it's gross to you. Does that diminish the date?
If he is apologetic about it, then that's cute. But if he is standing on business like this is the best shit ever, then I'm going, you got terrible taste and this isn't going to work out.
Hey, man.
But
look.
I also can go and eat a good ass burger somewhere, or like it doesn't have to be fancy, and that's the misconception. It's not about the price of it. It's really about like the thought that goes into it. So if it's like, oh yeah, Nikki likes seafood. We went to the seafood spot. It ended up not hitting. That's different than I'm gonna order her the pancakes and the waffles and the this because it's pretty on IG. I was like, ew.
Hey, look, as bougie as Nikki Blaze is, the girl loves Arby's. So that don't tell you all you need to know.
Yes. Oh man, if oh my God, if I went on a date with somebody and they showed up with Arby's,
You're lying.
Oh my God.
You're lying.
Oh, just shut up.
no,
Shut up right now.
no. If they showed up with, that doesn't mean where we're gonna eat for good, but you definitely show. No. If look, details. That's funny. That's cute. You pay attention.
Okay.
I'm really a big back and a smaller body. Okay,
That's fine.
I will still eat that
I got you.
and then go eat.
How about
after.
this? They rented out the whole Arby's for
Oh
you.
my God, that shit. And then you got the Arby Baca. You got the who is calling me?
You got Ving Rhames sitting behind you at the table. You have
Oh
the
my-
meats.
Yes. Okay. Look, if somebody's renting out anything for me, I had a guy rent out Gayukaku for me before.
Really?
Yes, the
That's
whole thing
fire.
for my birthday.
And you know what's crazy? Hey, Google that shit because a lot of them shits don't be as expensive as you would think.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
Gayukaku is-
And nice little flex.
Mhm.
When I got married and we had the In-N-Out truck pull up, that's just only like a couple racks for like 3 hours. And they cook it. It's great. Yo, if
Yeah.
you want to do a nice little flex for your wedding or a
Yes.
party, In-N-Out truck. It's only like 2 racks for like hours and they feed everybody.
I definitely
Don't do it for a day unless you're rich, though.
Oh, do it for your date.
Oh my God, somebody please get that for me. Oh my God.
Oh shit. All right, y'all. Thank
Wow.
you for watching another episode of the No Chaser Podcast. Cash out Nikki Blaze, send her some Arby's. Thank y'all for watching another episode. I already said that. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all that bullshit. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Rick
I'm Nikki Blades.
Bye.